I'll bring in on this broadcast Sandeep Punithan as well as Pranay Upadhyay for more details of what we've seen playing out in the last few hours. All the details have now emerged of how this strike happened, Sandeep. But one particular aspect that I'd like to focus on is what the Iranian Foreign Minister said. Araghchi in his statement spoke and highlighted how this particular warship was a part of an exercise in India and so is referred to Dana as an Indian Navy guest. Does that change anything equation-wise? Because the question that's then asked is, if this particular warship was part of an exercise in India, was a guest of the Indian Navy, does that automatically translate to some sort of protection that is expected to get from India?
Not really, Akshita. I mean, the vessel was part of the International Fleet Review that was held in Visakhapatnam and the Milan exercises shortly after that. It was there for about 10 days, 15th February to about 25th February, after which it was returning home. Now, the fact is that when the vessel was underway, the United States had begun attacking Iranian targets. All across Iran, it had begun sinking Iranian ships. So certainly this warship should have known that it was sailing into uncharted territories. The fact that it could be targeted, there is a very big US base not far south of Sri Lanka. And the United States has deployed in full strength. There's an entire carrier strike group there in the Arabian Sea. This is not to fault the ship and the captain, but where exactly was this Iranian ship heading? Was it hoping to cross the Arabian Sea through the US carrier strike group and go into Iran? I mean, the chances of that was extremely fraught with hazard. And this is the kind of passage that the ship seems to have undertaken when it was torpedoed and sunk something like 300 kilometers south of Cape Comorin off the coast of Sri Lanka, some in international waters, Akshita.
So if you see the path that the ship has taken right after the operation in Vizag, it moves almost down this way and then comes right up to right off the coast of Sri Lanka, which is when that attack has taken place. Almost as if America was just, waiting for the right time to hit, because the location of exactly where this particular strike also took place is extremely crucial, Pranay. The other question that's constantly come up is, look, this has happened in India's neighborhood. And we've heard this quite a bit, that this has happened in India's neighborhood. This is alarm bells ringing for India as well. Where exactly did this happen in the Indian Ocean? Is this Indian waters or international waters? Where did this happen, Pranay? And what does that mean, really?
No, definitely not in the Indian territorial waters, neither in India's exclusive economic zone. This incident, in fact, happened in the international waters, not even in the Sri Lankan territorial waters or Sri Lanka's exclusive economic zone. So definitely, like the international seas or the high seas.
Yeah, Pranay, we'll just come back to that point quickly. Yeah. I just want to cut across to the breaking news that's coming in. We can confirm for you that External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has had a conversation with the Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi this afternoon. No details that have emerged, just a one-line communication from the External Affairs Minister on social media where he says, I had a telecon with the Iranian FM, Syed Abbas Araghchi, this afternoon. But the timing of this is crucial because, like I said, you've had that post from the Iranian Foreign Minister speaking about how this particular warship was a guest of the Indian Navy. But beyond that also, it looks like now, Pranay, the Indian government isn't shying away from having a conversation with the Iranian regime, because not just now have you had that symbolic measure of signing the condolence book, but the External Affairs Minister now speaking to the Iranian Foreign Minister.
Absolutely, Akshita, and if you've seen last 6 days, this is the second conversation after the onset of this entire conflict, or rather the Israeli and US strikes on Iran. This is the second instance, second time India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar spoke to his Iranian counterpart, and we can again expect another conversation with his Israeli counterpart as well, because we have always maintained that we maintain these ties. India has always taken the side of peace, dialogue, diplomacy. We are not neutral, but we are on the side of peace, and therefore we are urging both the parties to maintain the dialogue and diplomacy. And also, I'm sure External Affairs Minister must have also raised his concern regarding the Indian lives on Iranian soil, because we still have around 9,000 Indians in Iran. We have our own concern about their safe evacuation and as well as their safety and well-being, as we have concern about the safety and security of Indians, those who are residing in GCC GCC countries. You know that Prime Minister Modi spoke to many GCC or Gulf head of states and head of governments. And clearly, in West Asia, if you see that entire theatre of this conflict, India has sizable, around 95 million population of India is there in the region.
Okay, we'll just focus on once again what we were talking about earlier, but we will continue getting you all those news breaks. But